Good afternoon, my dear students. Welcome back to your social science class. Today we are going to begin with a fresh chapter from your civics, the police, administration, and the courts. Now, see, students, this police, administration, and the courts, this all are interrelated. Okay, but before beginning, a court plays a very important role in providing justice to the people. That also at various level. Or you can say that our judiciary, it provides us justice at various level. At the apex there is the Supreme Court, okay, then comes your High Court at state level, then comes the various district courts or the subordinate courts. Okay, now this courts they also helps in the smooth functioning of the democratic system of the government by exercising constitutional limits on the extent of government powers. Not only that, they also acts as a final interpreter of the constitution. Not all the courts, only the Supreme Court, they acts as the final interpreter of the constitution. Okay, then comes your fundamental rights. This Supreme Court they acts as a guardian of fundamental rights, or you can say that this Supreme Court it protects or it safeguards our fundamental rights. Okay, so apart from providing our justice, the judiciary they acts as a final interpreter of the constitution, and not only that, they also protects or safeguards our fundamental rights. And remember students that these courts are at three level. Okay, at the top you have your Supreme Court, then comes the second level or at the state level you have high courts, and then comes at the district level you have subordinate courts. There is only one Supreme Court, that is at Delhi. Okay, you have only one Supreme Court. Okay, there is a Chief Justice of India and a high court. Okay, only few states are there in the northeastern part of India. Actually their population is very low, that's why three or four states together have a single high court. Otherwise every big state in India has a single high court. Okay, then comes your district court or the subordinate court. Now these district courts have several subdivisions, and at every state, at every district level, this district courts or this subordinate courts are present. Okay, so the courts they provide us justice. Okay, they acts as a final interpreter of the constitution, they protects or safeguards our fundamental rights, and not only that, they also works independently. This judiciary or our Indian judiciary, they are not interrelated to any other organ of the government. They works independently and they checks and balance the power of the government. So this is all about the role of the court. Now we will move on to the role of police. Okay, so students, can you see the picture on your screen? Who is this man? Yes, he is a policeman. Okay. So this policeman they plays a very vital role in our society. But before moving on to their role, I'll tell you about the different divisions of the district police hierarchy. Okay. Now at the top comes the superintendent of police or the SP. Okay. Then comes your deputy superintendent or DSP. Next, below the deputy superintendent comes the SHO or station house officer or inspector. Okay. Now, under this inspector comes your sub inspector. Okay. Then comes your assistant sub inspector, head constable, constable, and chowkidar. So these are the different divisions in the district police hierarchy. Okay, now we will directly move on to the role of the police. Now, the first and the foremost role played by the police is to register an FIR or appointment with. Do you first go? Yes, we first go to the police station. And what do the police do? The police helps us to file a complaint. Okay, and that complaint against a crime is called an FIR. So you can also say that the police helps us to register an FIR. Okay. Now, next comes your inspecting and protecting the scenes of crime. Okay, the next task of the police is to reach to the place of crime where the activity has taken place, and the police investigates into the matter to find out the real criminal or the real culprit. The police, he or she goes through several evidences. Okay, he or she asks questions and cross questions the witnesses, and then goes through the scene of crime, and then brings out the criminal. Okay, what is the third function of the police? It is maintenance of law and order. This is the third function of the police. Okay, next comes is collection of evidence to link a crime with the criminal. Next task is the police collects evidence from the crime spot. Okay, and then the police tries to match it with the criminal. Okay, and then tries to find the criminal out. Next is the police also submits a report to the court regarding the outcome of the investigation. Okay, that is, after coming to a conclusion or after coming to a climax, after finding the real criminal, the police tries to prove that victim or that criminal culprit in the court. Okay, the police provides evidence against that criminal. Now, see student, what is the what is a thana? Okay, or a police station, which you speak in Hindi or in your vernacular language as thana, what is a thana? Okay, a thana or a police station is a place where at least 10 number of police should be there. 10 police, okay, or 10 police stations together are called thanas, you can say. Okay, they are put under each circle. Now, each police station is under the control of an inspector. Every police station is under the control of an inspector. There are other officials also in the police station or in the thana, that is your sub inspector, assistant inspector, head constable, etc. Now, they all work under the supervision of the inspector or the chowkidar. Okay. Now, chowkidars are also appointed at the village level that helps the police to catch the criminal. Okay, who are this chowkidar? At the night when you go to the sleep in village area, it basically happens that this chowkidar, they moves around in the village so that no criminal activity can take place during the night. Those people are known as chowkidar. They basically guards your village. Okay, those are basically appointed in the village area. Okay, to protect the area. So this is all about the role of police. Okay, now we will move on to the role of a public prosecutor. So, who is a public prosecutor? A public prosecutor is an agent of justice in the criminal court. Who is a public prosecutor? He or she is an agent of justice in the criminal court. Okay, what does a public prosecutor do, or who appoints a public prosecutor? A prosecutor is appointed by and he is paid by the state government. Okay, he gets, it is his job. Okay, he is a permanent bureaucrat, it is his job, and he is paid by the state government. His main function is to secure the prosecution of offender to keep the society free from crime. Only those persons are eligible to become a public prosecutor who have successfully completed 7 years in the Bar Association and have also cleared examination conducted by the state government from time to time. As I told you, see, I told you, he is a permanent bureaucrat. Who is a permanent bureaucrat? It is his job. He gave examination and he got this job as a public prosecutor. Okay, so you can say that public prosecutor is a permanent bureaucrat or he is appointed by the state government. The public prosecutor, he faces tremendous pressure while executing his responsibility. His or her role begins with when the police has conducted the investigation and have already filled the charge sheet in the court. Okay. As a court employee, a public prosecutor has to act impartially or in an unbiased way. He or she cannot be partial. Okay. And he or she has to place true facts and evidences before the court so that it can help the court to enable to decide the case. Okay. So this is all about the function of a role of judge. Till then, have a good day. Thank you.